Corley, route, and snag. We know where he is. Yeah, so push off. NFL level, we gotta be careful here, right? There's some good extension there. Ref doesn't see it, but that's probably gonna get called. I like the idea of it. Let's extend the arm 85, 80%, not 100. It's 100% extended, but with that being said, gets on his toes pretty quickly. You could see him just as he gets on the toes, just take it inside a little bit. Why? He's just trying to ensure that he doesn't shuffle to the inside and kind of take away his inside leverage. So he just bends it slightly inside to maintain the inside leverage. Break, push off, drive, line, nice and flat, nice and tight. Catch. The one thing I will say about this is the catch is it looks better than it is. I'll be transparent. Why? We don't ever want the ball crossing the plane of our face. Yeah, that's really it. We don't ever want the ball crossing the plane of our face. And well, you can't really see it from this view. You see how it goes past his face right there? When it's past your face, you're not looking the ball in. So we would like to see him, ideally, and obviously with the extension and stuff, it's a little bit harder because the ball's momentum can take it past his face. The one thing I will, again, just being completely transparent about it, because I could just say like, oh my God, what a snag. And it is a really good snag. We got to be careful about that ball crossing the plane of our face, because then we're not truly looking it in. All right. It might have happened here regardless because of how hard the ball is thrown. He's extended to it. So the impact of the ball is going to take his hands backwards. But in general, we don't want that to happen. Now, if he makes contact with it at about his eye level, so it's okay. And just the momentum of it takes it a little bit farther. So not so bad. But in general, if we're like reaching over for a ball like that, we want it to be like in our sight line, not past our sight line. 46. Yak TD drag. Okay, top slot. Drag. They run one of those mesh sits. Mesh sits, wide open, catch. Right, like easy money. Take it vertical. Take it vertical. This DB is taking a hard inside angle, breaking down. Corley, all he does is really just pull that near leg and just keep turning the legs, and he's in. DB sits too far inside, he takes advantage. Right, just read him. He's inside, there's some room to the sideline. Okay, continue to the sideline. Drive those feet, easy. We don't have to break down a lot of yak. That's why 70 plays seems like a lot, but when it's 35% yak. Corley, yak, tunnel. Okay, so he's right here. Sorry. No, actually, typically tunnels are gonna have that, but he bends it to the outside almost like he's like a bubble screen and takes it back to the inside for the tunnel. Tunnel screen. Again, just find your angles. Find your angles. I think this is one of the ones that Steve Smith broke down too. He's like, yeah, he takes it. He catches the ball, and the catch is good, right? A little bit behind him, hands catch, okay. Take it vertical. Takes it vertical. Obviously, there's a lane there. Stab to the inside. Hold those guys there, and then work up the field. Easy. Snag. Like snag the ball or snag the route. I'm gonna assume snag the ball. Inside slot. Okay, crosser. Hard step outside, almost like a stretch release. Linebacker, DB, whoever this is, bites very hard. Not the best player in the world. Takes it vertical. Now the ball is behind him. Behind him. Good adjustment to it, catching outside of his frame. Again, we can see that it's not the cleanest catch technique. We can see that he well, not the cleanest. The hands are a little bit wide here, but we can see that the ball kind of slips down. Like you see like the. Oh, I gotta pause it. I gotta pause the actual play so you could just see it freeze frame. You see how the ball comes out a little bit right there? Like it's in his hand, but it's falling down. He traps it with his crotch, and then catches it and tucks it. We do want to see him bring that ball in cleaner, ideally, right? But in general, we like the fact that he catches the ball outside of his frame there and is able to hang on to a ball that he did have the double catch, but every catch is not going to be perfect, right? two drops, I guess, close together in the game. Again, he does have some drop problems, in my opinion. Top of the screen, I believe. Or no, sorry, he's in motion. Duh. Number 11, showing it to me clearly. Speed out. Yep, knew it. I always do speed outs from things like that. Speed out. Let's see the actual break. Break, drive line. Okay, good. Drop. Oh, I guess it's not. We're not going to see the other version of, or we didn't see the view of why it's dropped. We do have a body catch. Can't see exactly what's happening with the ball. Again, most likely doesn't catch it clean. Kind of has a double catch it. The hand goes in there. The ball's not secured. Punched out. Don't want that. Few plays later. Drive later, whatever it is. Few passing plays later. Corley from the left side of your screen. In route. Catch. But when he catches the ball, when he goes to catch the ball, what does he not do? Doesn't look it in. Doesn't look the ball in. He's going to run. Ball isn't caught. Hands are wide. Hands are wide. We could see it. That kind of deflect off his fingers. It probably hits his thumb and his and his pointer right there. Thumb and his pointer. Double catches it. Isn't able to secure it. Drops the ball. Okay, so he's got to catch the ball cleaner because Rodgers is not gonna love ball dropping. Corley, no room but truck. Okay. Bottom of your screen. Right. Okay. Like we don't have to break anything down here. The dude gets it on a smoke screen. They contain it pretty well. Whoever this team is, there's really nowhere to run inside. There's really nowhere to run outside. Dude coming at him, a linebacker who's clearly bigger than he is. He's a pretty big dude. Guess who wins because of leverage? Corley. Lower the shoulder, truck that. Truck him. Easy, but we love it. Play it one more time. Truck this man. Safety, linebacker, whatever he is, he's bigger than Corley. At least he looks bigger than Corley. Corley, bad secondary release, too much ground. I guess too much ground eaten up. Top slot right there. See, this is where we talk about he needs to avoid contact. But you see how he starts that, like he's starting to cross his face within like that 1.5 yard range. It's risky. And with that being said, we need to make that sharper, right? Like if we're going to stem him to the inside, we need to make that snappy. We don't want to break off the inside foot and then take it vertical into him. Like I just don't like the stem in general, actually. Like why for him right here, why are we stemming him to the out? We're stemming him to the outside to then take him to the inside to then go back outside. It's just too much work. Because like what's the idea of it is to, if we're going to stem him to the outside and go to the inside, fine. But you're stemming him to the outside. Now he's going to be outside leverage. You stem to the inside, he's still going to be outside leverage because you cross his face. Now you're going to try to go back to the outside, but he's already there because of your initial stem. So it's a little bit too much. We don't need to do this much. Outside, give him the flip. Awesome. Now, if he was breaking to the inside, great. But stem him to the outside to break to the inside to then try to cross his face, not great. And we need better control right here. If we are gonna try to cross his face like that, we already ate up enough ground. We need to make that a nice snappy, crisp break to the outside instead of break vertical right into him, not prepared for contact, get completely hugged and shut down. Right, bad route. Like he was absolutely covered there because of his. We don't need to do this much. And if we do this much, like there's differences in terms of like, hey, how much did you stem him to the outside? We could say it's an aggressive stem to the outside. If you were to stem him a little bit more, not like kind of cautiously, just less hard of an angle. If he were to stem him like very slight to the outside and then go slight to the inside and then back outside, okay. But like we have some hard angles here. Hard outside, hard inside, hard outside. It's just not going to work. Too much there. Gets completely locked up. Corley, decent round. And Yak, decent round. Top of your screen slot. Okay. I'm sure it just looks like it's a stop. And then he sees the quarterback not throw it and rolling out. So he adjusts to it. Really like the catch right there. Not an easy spot. The route. Stem him outside. Back inside. Make some speed turn. Okay, that's fine. All right, nothing crazy there. So he's inside leverage. So see stemming him to the outside and hopes that he shuffles to the outside or opens his hips to the outside or opens his gate to the outside. He opens his gate to the outside. Corley undercuts it, starts to take it vertical. I don't love that he looks to the inside as early as he does right here. You want to see him probably sell it a little bit more vertical, eyes forward, shoulders down, selling vertical. So he really gets on his horse and tries to run over the top. He looks to the inside. Now could be, he's trying to find linebackers and stuff like that. Breaks. Yeah, we want a little bit more commitment again to that first step. Get a little bit of dead time. Works to the outside in the scramble drill. Catches the ball. Good job. Breaks a couple tackles. The catch technique is good. Again, when it's like in that like weird spot, like when it's like your chest to belly button type of area, it's kind of hard to tell exactly how to catch it, but he drops his weight, hands catch, tuck, 2 arms on the ball, drive through the contact, drive through more contact, get vertical. All right, watch one more time. All right. 53. Route win. Bottom of your screen, bottom slot. Okay. Again, eating up a little bit too much ground here. So we have okay, we'll skip release. 1 vertical, 2 half step back to the outside. DB shuffles. Now, again, we are in that yard to yard and a half, a little bit close right there. So we have to be ready for the hands at the minimum. He's ready for the hands. Swipe, arm over, take it back vertical, then break to the inside. Now, why? Again, kind of like similar thing as the over. If you were to break to the inside right here and then just take it to the inside, this DB is then just going to run with him, right? Like the DB is kind of like not on his hip, but he's on him enough where if he just continues to the inside, he's just going to stay nice and underneath and contest that ball. But because now he takes it vertical, the DB is forced to, oh shit mode, I got to get vertical, then break to the inside. So you're playing with his momentum. Outside, inside, vertical, back to the inside, you have the DB like this. So it's a good route. Got to be careful about eating up a little bit too much ground right there. But if we do, at the minimum, we need our hands to be ready. Hands are ready. Swipe, chop, back vertical, break, drive, line. He's open over the middle. The ball isn't there. But it's a good route. I'll take that route win. Smoke adjust truck TD. Top of your screen, I think. Yep, top of your screen. So this is like we've all seen this highlight, right? And there's really not much to it. He just trucks it, motherfucker. Like that's all it is. So he runs a smoke route. Now the quarterback looks like it's an actual option. Looks like it's an RPO. Looks like it's an RPO. Pulls it. Not sure exactly what he's reading. I don't really care. Who cares? Corley is supposed to get the smoke. Realizes, okay, the throwing window is not there for the quarterback. So I'm going to drift up field to give him a throwing window. Drifts up the field, catches the ball. 19, has inside leverage on him, so he doesn't want to take it inside. So instead of just trying to dance around him, he just lowers his shoulder. We're going to see the left hand come off the ball. That left forearm acts as a shock absorber. Stiff arms him to the ground. Absorb it turns into like a shock absorber. Quasi stiff arm him to the ground. Keep your feet in bounds. Hella tight roping. And then just pure acceleration up the sideline. Touchdown. Okay. Yak TD. Can't find him. It's your problem. Okay. Drag route. Body catch. Okay, fine. Just ridiculous balance, right? Just like it's pretty absurd. Catch again, and you just running full steam. Situation where he's tight to the sideline. I'm just going to truck you, whether I'm going out of bounds or not. I'm trucking you. Goes to truck. His momentum's going inside because of the truck. Pulls the leg just in case. Stays balanced. Not an easy spot to stay balanced from. Tight ropes. We can see his foot is still in bounds right there. Tight ropes the sideline. Another guy's coming. Quasi stiff arm again, but he just consistently drives his feet. Like when he comes into contact, a lot of guys will like pause their feet and they're kind of like their body's almost waiting to see what happens. But when you can just continue to drive like he does, the good things happen. The body control right here, man, is just pretty absurd. Like staying in bounds in this there. If I showed you that picture, like I think 100 of 100 people are saying no, he's going out of bounds. Like there's no way he's able to get back inside on his toes right there, stay in the sideline again. Just drive those legs. 56 seam contested, quick to tuck. Okay. Inside slot, I believe. Yep, inside slot works up the seam.